Oh my god, the tension. Alright, real quick before we get started with this episode of Legacies, don't forget you can get the full, uncut, unedited raw reaction to Legacies on my Patreon. The link will be at the top of the description, so if you want to watch these episodes along with me in their entirety, definitely check it out. Otherwise, they of course are still going to be on YouTube, just heavily edited. But other than that, let's get into this episode, guys. Okay guys, one thing really quick before we get into this episode. I wanted to talk about the blurring and the cutting out of Alaric. I still plan to do so, but because this episode he was very heavily involved with the girls' storyline, especially Hope, I think that it would kind of take away from the episode if I were to do that, especially because he's in it a lot, and I feel like it would just be like blur, unblur, blur, unblur, and it just, I feel like that could get distracting. I already get comments of people saying that it's distracting, so I don't want to make it even more difficult. I still don't support him in what he does, and moving forward, I'm going to be either cutting his scenes out that I don't think are relevant to the main storyline, or blurring him out when he does decide to pop up. I do stand behind that decision, but I just think that when it affects the main storyline and when he's involved in that, if I try to cut him out too much, it's going to take away from like the storyline that they're trying to tell, and I never want to do that with a show. I want to be able to like show you my full response and show you what's actually going on, and not have a million and trillion cuts everywhere. But yeah, I just wanted to give everyone a heads up so you're not curious as to why he's not blurred in this episode. But yeah, let's get in this episode, guys. Here we go. One thing I really hope that they do this season is I hope that they have more locations than just like the two schools. Oh, I think too that's like one like negative thing I feel about it. One negative thing I feel about it is like I feel like they could have, I don't know, I wish they just would have had people like have it more of like an open world type thing instead of one location. Whoa.
Better question.
Why did everybody just...
Who are you?
Oh my god.
This is a matter of life and death.
First things first, I'm only buzzed. Secondly, you haven't told any of us why we should believe anything that you've said, Miss Hope, right?
I don't understand, like, in the rap, didn't he say Hope and Landon?
I also know that you're a witch, an annoyed witch, probably wondering why MG's off with Alyssa Chang instead of you.
She's totally sick.
I believe you. And I can teach it to you if it's okay with my dad.
Also, they need to stop with this whole, like, Landon dies every episode and then they make it this big dramatic thing. It takes the weight out of it, honestly, and that's what the Vampire Diaries did too. That was not as good. You know, when you kill people and bring them back all the time, it just makes it so it's not powerful anymore. Because it's just like, okay, well, you can bring them back, so. Because I think also part of it that makes me feel like this is a little bit more childish than the others, which is okay. Some people like it, you know, more lighthearted, which is fine. I'd prefer it to be a little bit darker. It is what it is. And I think like the school is what makes it feel more like juvenile. They're the same age as Elena was in the pilot episode. And they seem like 10 years apart.
You found them, but I'm closed.
Hey, at least they're going to different locations, hell yeah.
24 hours a day.
Been meaning to get a new side.
Well, we'll be gone as soon as we have what we came for.
A little young, don't you think, pal?
Gross.
Hey, it's
Oh
none
my
of
god, ew.
Because your real business is selling black market supernatural artifacts.
Lock the door.
I saw a bunch of people commenting like whenever they showed their eyes, like when Klaus did and Haley, it was always like before they're about to like pop off. And she's just kind of like randomly doing it.
And here's my offer.
If you don't make another move.
Oof.
Sorry, pal. But it looks like you brought a knife to a gunfight.
It's a ballistic knife. So put the shotgun down. We're gonna get this blade
It's a
shot
ballistic
through your
knife.
skull.
All right, Hope, stop.
Hell yeah.
That's a death spell, Hope, don't.
Okay.
Hey, but get out of
So
here.
this was supposed to be the real
Kids.
premiere. The whole vibe is even better so far.
I have to go. Go where? I can take
have
the bacon
school.
off. On the tour, remember? To Mystic Falls High.
Oh, yeah. Should I put you down as a stallion or Timberwolf or one of each just in case?
I'll get back to you on that. But good luck today.
Aw.
I rented a place.
There's
for a
no
couple
way that
days
he's
with a
not
pool
under
so we could,
the spell. I
get away and
guarantee
reset.
you.
I was gonna
Guarantee you they
But Alyssa Chang.
Alyssa
didn't think it was
wrote that
right.
into the spell, and so now he's love struck.
They call it vamp speed for a reason, Doc. As much as I like to take the credit,
See, look at
your
this.
ex-girlfriend actually did most of the work.
They've already gone to so many places. I love that.
The group setting created a simulation designed to resolve what everyone's
I like her
subconscious was
attitude
dealing with. But if
this
it's
episode.
just you in there, it should create one to deal with your
I just want like a
specific
good Hope storyline, you know? And it's not just get Landon back, bring him back to life. Like, come on, it's old. I like seeing like her sassy side of her though, because that's a huge part of who she is. Her whole family is like that. They wrote her to like nice. Oh my god.
How was what? Looks like somebody had a little bit too much to drink. I'll get you some water.
Back to this again.
First time's worst times, am I right?
He turned into a puddle of goop and died.
Wait a sec. Why did we come to the lake?
Ask Landon. He's probably off somewhere writing a song about banging you.
Oh my god. Freddy Krueger. What the f? Why do I feel like that's Landon?
Relax. We're astral projecting, remember? Oh, we never really talked about that. How's it going?
Honestly, the way that she looks at him.
It's cool. We're cool. I don't really want to get into any of that. So if we could get on with looking for Landon.
So we're just gonna ignore the fact that she's tried to kill everybody multiple times. Isn't that the same type of thing that Alaric used to send people to the prison world? When they would do shit like that and he couldn't control them? But like, we're just gonna give Alyssa 7 chances and then also date her.
My name is Josette Saltzman. I'm here for the orientation tour.
Aw, Josette.
Actually, there's no need. I'm dealing with a family emergency.
Girl, calm down.
Your dad was dating my mom, and my sister had that huge crush on you. But not so huge that you noticed.
Aw.
I heard your family left town.
She's gonna have a good
would've
love
gone
interest
with,
this
but
time.
the town they moved to already has a QB1.
Name's Finch.
I'm Joe.
Josette Saltzman. You tell me. Ready for that tour?
Kind of seemed like they had some vibes. I thought she was gonna get with his sister. Also, where is she?
How do you know my... Okay, it doesn't matter. Point is that you can't be out here alone in the woods doing hot guy stuff. It's just not safe.
Let me guess.
I feel like they're gonna get
Mystic Falls
together
maintenance
at some
man?
point. This episode's good so far.
So you're still with that guy?
That's your takeaway.
Mm.
Of course I am. Why wouldn't I be?
Because I just saw Landon at the dock with Lizzie's sister.
What were they
Oh.
doing?
That was cruel. Okay, I guess when we said we wanted darker, they said, bet.
Some jackass took my truck. I had to Uber. Might as well take advantage. Good.
Thanks.
I've got something for you too.
Hopefully he didn't check the trunk. I feel like Landon's the killer.
Josie? I know things have been weird between us since you and Landon
What the
broke up,
heck?
but who cares about that? There's a killer on the loose.
Oh my
There's
God.
the maintenance man. Have you seen him?
They did her dirty with that.
I have to solve the problem and find Landon.
Bye, Josie. It's like that close to grabbing her. That close.
So Josie wants to go to Mystic Falls, huh? That's a lot.
I don't understand why they even like introduced Maya in the first place. If they were gonna keep her for a few episodes and that's it. And it's even more like uncomfortable that they keep mentioning her like out of nowhere. Why didn't they just say like, oh yeah, she's going to a private school in this state, you know? Something like that to say why she isn't there anymore.
Alyssa's waiting for me.
Well, she can continue to wait because this is a prison world and you can't leave until we find what we came for.
It's probably breaking Lizzie's heart even more.
I know these dreams are gonna come true. Like you said, that artifact's gonna grant my heart's most impossible desire.
Why don't we share it?
Damn thing.
Well, let me take a look at it. Maybe I can help. That little witch has lost
Aw.
more in her life than almost anyone I know. And I'm here to help her get her heart's desire. Trust me when I say
It does make
I
me
am
happy
well aware
that
of
he
the line
took
of
her in like a daughter. Why does it sound like it's shattered into pieces? He's beating the shit out of Rick. I'm still bothered by this Maya situation. Why didn't they bring her back for the season? And why do they keep mentioning her as though she's there? Like when Ethan was like, me and my sister got out. Oh shit. I think Landon is definitely the killer.
Landon?
Oh, nah, Landon's the killer for sure. Like, why get somebody for that season, for the few episodes that season, and then not schedule to bring them back? Yep, it's Landon. He's a killer. For sure. Take the fucking mask off. It's gonna be Landon. He's like that exact size. Wow, shocker.
I don't understand.
Come with me.
What?
I can help.
I'm so confused. Is this a metaphor for like, I don't know. Is it a metaphor for like she has to get the real Landon out or something? I'm so confused. Or that she needs to kill that part of him since like Malivore was like using him as a vessel maybe. But the thing I was saying about Maya was like I get it that there's characters on shows that are in one season and they just like they don't come into the next season because there's not space for them or there's no storyline for them, especially guest stars. But I don't understand what the point of introducing her and then keeping Ethan but not her, but then Ethan keeps mentioning her as though she's like still there. You know, like, oh, my sister and I got out when in the last episode, and then him saying like, oh, she had a crush on you, blah, 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 like that. And they're saying it, I don't know, it's just weird that he's like telling Josie things like that as though she's like, gonna be on the show when she's not. I wish they would have just like made it so when the season started, they somehow told us that she like went to a private school for like the arts or something and had to go to a different state. Because I would have loved to see Maya and Josie together. I feel like they would be amazing together. So I'm guessing that this new girl, I forget what her name is, she's gonna be her love interest, it seems like, which I'm here for, but I just don't understand the Maya situation. And especially him telling her that like right before she meets this person was just kind of like, it's just unnecessary. I don't know, it was just kind of weird. They don't need to keep mentioning her. It makes it even weirder that she's gone. There's so much potential that they missed out on, just like with Penelope.
I have finally realized that her happiness is just as important as mine is.
Aww.
So you're cool with Joe going to Mystic Falls?
I f***ing love Lizzie.
About what Alyssa swooped in and did before I worked up the courage to stop her.
Destroying the Ascendant.
Dude, tell him.
Sure.
How is MG not like, what do you mean, sure? Lizzie needs to just like say how she feels. She's essentially like saying that she wants him and she wants Josie to be happy to do what they want to do. But MG has loved her for so long and she loves him too now. And the way he looks at her and how she looks at him, especially how she looks at him, you can like physically see the difference.
Like you said, your friends died in the scenario it created. So, what do you think that means?
It means that you constantly going for Landon is going to put other people in danger.
Because all I cared about was saving you.
Well, you know, death can be a metaphor sometimes, but not always.
Landon would never want me to give up on him.
Are you sure?
If I'm in this therapy box, shouldn't I have gotten an escape word once I had my breakthrough? Right? Where the hell is it?
It won't show up until you actually accept what I'm telling you.
Right.
Not gonna happen.
I don't think Landon would want her to go to those lengths for him.
You know, being a tribrid makes you and your blood toxic to Malivore. That I'm his biological son. What do you really think happened to me?
You think them having sex killed him? So
The
only thing that was different that they did was that they had sex.
3.
I'm actually really impressed by this episode. Everything feels more serious. Oh my god.
Oh!
What the hell?
Dad, sweetie, I'm hungry.
Oh, the party's over.
Everything seems more mature now. Like the drama feels deeper.
You were staring at me the whole time.
I was just listening very intently.
Got
And she thinks you're cute.
Me and his sister dated for a minute. Like a hot minute.
She get it.
And I didn't take the news that she was leaving town too well.
There we go, now they
which
tell
is
us.
why I'm on suspension.
Tell me all about it at lunch, if I'm cool enough to sit at your table.
Not gonna happen.
I did it for me, and it felt right.
And she thinks you're cute.
If I can sit at your table?
Oh my god.
Is that a metaphor or
Oh!
something?
Oh my god, the tension. So where the hell is she supposed to go now? Just wait in the hallway? That's so cute. Damn, Josie is so upfront about that shit.
So that stupid word can keep appearing, but I'm not leaving.
You just said it yourself that it's fake. Ooh, I love this
You
Hope.
should know, since this was your plan all along.
Dude.
If that were true, why would I pull you out?
Why is this episode like way better than any of the episodes of Legacies? She's so powerful.
Go ahead.
I like seeing her being so sassy. Like, she's definitely her parents' daughter.
I don't really drink like that.
And I just saw Jet naked. Make the exception.
Okay.
Doesn't alcohol not do anything to them? I swear in the Vampire Diaries they talked about how it doesn't do anything to them. So why did he say that as though drinking alcohol would help him?
How did I think dating Maleficent was gonna end well? Said Jet, a heart of yours, and he ain't coming back. So I should have been here worrying about things I can actually change instead of.
I mean, I'm sure he's gonna come back because
Okay, did
Julie
you and Lizzie
Plec is
find Landon in
obsessed
that
with
prison world or not?
Landon and him coming back. But I don't think it's gonna be for a while though. Or maybe like a little bit at least.
So I say yes, and you say no. Yeah.
Aww. See, and it's been a minute since we've seen them two. They're like brothers.
I know you think me going to school in Mystic Falls is wrong.
Because it is just like that.
Aww. That's so thoughtful. I love that.
You only get one chance to make a good first impression.
This is great.
That is
Really
so
great.
thoughtful and so sweet.
Shockingly great. You're okay with this?
As long as there are twin cuddles available on demand.
I love Lizzie. Why is she like my favorite character on the show now? She's had the best growth out of anyone. And it's sad that like when she was ready and she really saw MG and realized her feelings, it was too late. I mean, I still don't think it's too late. MG has loved her forever.
You think we should stop?
I think
You can't put everybody's...
anything that'll solve this.
Yeah.
It isn't just about us anymore, Hope. It's
You can't
hurting
put
other
every...
people too.
Yeah, you can't put everybody in danger. Landon would not want that.
He's gone. This is how we should honor him.
He'll be back, don't worry. They can't have one episode without talking about Landon and we need to get Landon back. I need Landon. We need to get him back all the time. So he'll be back. I don't think it'll be right away, but I think he'll be back.
Believe
Maybe like mid-season finale he'll come back.
I know how much it hurts to lose people we love.
It's sad too because she has no idea where he is. All she knows is that he like turned into goop and disappeared.
Never gonna see him again.
Aww. See, like this is a heartbreaking scene and it's sad, but it doesn't have weight to it because he always comes back alive. He's died like 20 times in the show already. What does that do? If he goes into light, is he gonna die? Damn. Alright, there we go. That was Legacy Season 3, Episode 5, is it? 5? This was really good. I'm like so pleasantly surprised at the like quality of this episode. Not only did it feel more like the Vampire Diaries and the originals, but it was like darker and it was more emotion, and they finally are showing the side of Hope that like she's always had, that for whatever reason they weren't really showing in Legacies. They kind of just showed Hope as like the misunderstood one that no one gets along with because they're too powerful and it's Klaus's daughter, and she was kind of just quiet and loved Landon, and that was like her whole personality trait, you know? And in this one, we finally get to see her like get angry. For the first time, it was to the guy that owns the store when they're trying to get the artifact from him. And then she was being like physically rough with Alaric, which also was like, I don't know, it's just like, I feel like all of these reactions are just so like, they're so the Vampire Diaries, and I love it. It's not quite to like the darkness of the Vampire Diaries, but it is definitely getting there. And I loved it. I loved the format. I loved the fact that they went to so many locations in this episode. I know like a few of them were because they had to go to the prison world or whatever, and there was places like that, but I feel like most of the Legacies episodes have been centered around the school and then sometimes the other school, and that's it. I mean, obviously there's been a few more locations, but for the most part, that's it. And it's just tiring seeing them in school because you see younger kids with them as well, and it just makes them feel so, like, childish, even though right now they're the same age as Elena was when the Vampire Diaries aired. So there's no reason that they should feel like that much more immature. But yeah, the locations was something good. It was like they finally left the school and they got to, like, do stuff outside of school. Not only Alaric and Hope, but Caleb got to. We see Jed outside of school. Josie goes to high school and sees Ethan, and then sees this new girl named Finch. And Finch is giving her a tour of the school, and Ethan tells Josie, like, pretty much says, like, oh yeah, I had a crush on you back then. And it's just like, I said this in the reaction a million times, but I don't understand the point of bringing her up so many times, because Finch was finally the one that said that she left town, you know? But I don't understand the point of bringing her up constantly when she's, like, not there. And also in I think it was the last episode, yeah. In the last episode, Ethan says something like, oh, my sister and I got out, so, like, was she gone then? Because he said that as though she was there, it just didn't show her. I feel like it's just kind of a waste of a character again. And I hope that Legacies stops doing this, because it's Penelope, waste of a character, Jade, waste of a character, Maya, waste of a character. And what do they all have in common? Josie. So if they do the same thing with Finch, I'm going to be, like, actually bothered. But I'm really excited to see, like, where that goes, because they have, like, a crazy chemistry. I was not expecting that when they talked, and Josie she said, I'm going in. She did not hesitate to flirt with her, and it was really cute. So I'm excited to see how that goes, and yeah, and see Josie at, like, a normal school and how she manages that. Also, I feel like Ethan being in that little, like, dream with Hope is kind of, like, foreshadowing that they're gonna have something, or they're gonna get very close when Landon is dead. Like I said, I don't think that he's gonna stay dead. I'm sure he's gonna come back in the finale or mid-season finale or something, because for one, they never keep characters dead, obviously, and then for two, they didn't, when he, like, melted into the ground, into goop, it was, like, obviously scary and, like, crazy watching it happen, but they didn't, like, right at that moment say, like, this was his death scene, you know? And it kind of, like, it was like that happened, and this whole episode was them trying to figure out something, and then them coming to the conclusion that he was dead. And I feel like normally when they kill people off, it's like, it's very known, like, right when it happens, that person is dead, and that's it. Whereas, like, this was drawn out, and they're just assuming he's dead and won't ever come back, which I'm sure he will. I actually didn't mind Alaric in this episode. He went above and beyond for Hope after she talks some sense into him. And I think that, like, he needs to do, like, a better job at really, like, protecting her, like, mentally, and treating her as his own and whatnot, because it's just kind of sad too that Hope, like, literally has nobody, you know? She doesn't have her mom, she doesn't have her dad, now she doesn't have Landon. And I love Landon, I really do, I like him as a character, but I just think that he and Hope are just, like, it's just too much, you know? They've been together since the beginning, and it's, like, not that amazing anymore, and I think it just needs to be a change. And I'm sure he'll get written back on, so it's fine, but yeah, it's gonna be different for a change, which I appreciate and I'm excited for. Lizzie took MG with her and almost confessed to him that she had feelings for him, that she loves him. And then when he said something about, like, what did he say? I think he said something like, oh, with the spell, and she was like, sure. I don't understand why he didn't press that. And you could tell that in his head he was like, what? You know, so why didn't he press it? And then she got it back, and then he was already back. So it was too late. But I wish Lizzie would have just straight up told him, because I'm convinced that he's under, like, the spell and that this isn't real, because there's no way it's real. And just the way that Lizzie and MG still look at each other is beautiful, and that's something that Alyssa doesn't have, you know? And I just hope that, like, that maybe that'll click in MG's head that, like, oh, she told me that this was gonna happen, so maybe she still did that even though they changed the spell. I don't know. I'm really looking forward to the next episode. It's gonna be a while. I'm surprised that it's until, I think, March 11th, So yeah, but really enjoyed this episode. Loved the format, loved the storyline, everything. But I think that is pretty much it. I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.